I haven't bought a new foundation for quite a while. So when I saw that Dior reformulated the Dior Forever foundation, which I tried before, I thought I'd give it a go. Dior usually sounds promising. It isn't exactly cheap, but I thought I'd give it a try and see how this one works on mature skin. I got mine in 3 neutral. Now this is far too dark right now. I did fake tan a bit, but I wanted to buy one that is my summer color. I usually, if I love a foundation, I buy them in 2 colors, lighter for winter, darker for summer. I sometimes mix them depending on how tan or pale I am. So normally I looked back, and in the old Dior Forever I use 2W. So this is 3N neutral. But I can make it work if I fake tan, and also I can always mix it with a lighter foundation. This foundation comes in matte and glow. I've got the matte one. The thing is, it doesn't say that anywhere on a bottle. The difference is the matte one is in frosty bottle and the glow one is in more of a see-through bottle. Also, I think the matte one is called Skin Wear and the glow one is called Skin Glow. So what do they say about it? It offers flawless medium to high coverage and blurring natural matte finish, formulated with perfecting powders to erase imperfections. Skin is blurred and flawless, even in your close-up, thanks to its thin formula. Well, is it thin? Let me squeeze it on my hand. It is quite thin. Can you see it's slowly running on my hand? It's not the thinnest, but it's not thick either. It says 24-hour wear. It's supposed to resist conditions of heat and humidity. Skin quality is improved in 1 week. So obviously it has some skincare ingredients infused with hyaluronic acid, niacinamide and peptide. I take that info with a pinch of salt. I don't really care about skincare in my foundation. I make sure that I use good skincare under my foundation. It's available in 45 shades and 6 undertones. So today I will apply it and we will check throughout the day a couple of times and see how it wears. So let's get into application. Okay, so for reference, I have normal to combination skin. So it's not dry anywhere, it's pretty normal everywhere, but I get oily T-zone. So what I want from my foundation is something that has good coverage, but doesn't look too makeup-y, that looks quite natural, and that keeps me somewhat oil-free. My T-zone will always get oily, doesn't matter what foundation I wear, but some are better than others. So it spreads beautifully. It's really good to apply with a brush. That was really quick. And that was, I would say, 1 pump. Now, I don't really put extra foundation on my forehead. I just put whatever I've got left on a brush. Because my forehead is the most textured, you know, I've got all the lines, because that's where I get very oily. That's why I've got so much texture there. So I don't want to add too much product on my forehead. So this is just with 1 pump. Also, you notice I don't put foundation right under my eyes. I just leave that for the concealer. So I would say the coverage is not full coverage. I would say it's medium to full, and you probably can build it up. And if I was building it up, I would do it with a sponge. So let's apply tiny bit more. This was just a little squirt. I don't feel I need it, but let's just do it to see if it builds up okay. Yeah, it builds up really lovely, but whenever I build up foundation, I apply it first with a brush and then do it with a sponge. I always go over my foundation with a sponge like this, just to push it in, to make sure that it's not sitting anywhere too heavy. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I can still see like the little freckles through it, but it looks nice. It's not too heavy on my forehead, but that's because I didn't put so much of it on it. Let's apply concealer now. I actually have a Dior concealer somewhere. I should have used Dior, but I'm doing the Natasha Denona NY9. It's a bit darker. I use this into colors, and then I will add the NY6. So I wouldn't say this foundation is matte. In fact, I feel like it has a slight glow to it. So when you hear matte, don't think it's going to be mask-like and very flat, because I wouldn't really call it a matte. Okay. I should put some down my neck. Like I said, this one is a bit too dark for me. I did fake tan tiny bit my face and a bit of my neck, but I wanted this to be my summer foundation. It's no point buying light foundations because I will be fake tanning regularly soon. Okay, now let's powder. I use, under my eyes, I use the Morphe Set and Bake in Brightening Pink. And to set my face, I use the Rodial Glass Powder. I never know if you say Rodial or Rodial. One of those. So very lightly under my eyes. And like my T-zone, I always powder my foundation, so that's how I'm applying it. I'm applying it the way I would apply any foundation. My base is the same. All I've used was vitamin C, peptide serum, and then just my SPF. I will list them in the description box. That's all I've used, and that's what I use every day. Now with the powder, I saturate the brush in it so it works its way inside the brush. Tap it off a bit, and I just press it. So now let's have a look what it looks like with the powder. You see it's gone a bit lighter now because of the powder. What do you think? I think it's got really, really lovely finish. And I don't think it looks too cakey. I think it would look even better if I had the lighter color. Right color is very important for your foundation to look natural. But yeah, it's quite good. It looks a bit heavy here, you know, when I've got these lines. But I don't worry when I look too dry and powdery straight after I've done all this, because I know within an hour my oils will come through and it will look better. Also, you can always spray your face with like a hydrating spray or something if it looks too powdery for you, but I'm quite happy with that. I always powder. I hate not powdering my foundation, it just would slide off. Okay, let me do just the bronzer and blush my brows and I will be back. Okay, my lovely, so I've put the rest of my makeup on and I'm quite happy with the way it looks, but you know, here where I have the lines and around my mouth, it feels a bit heavy. Can you see? Just like here, which is pretty normal because that's where we start getting the most texture and, you know, the face is drooping, all the lines. So I get a bit of that with most foundations. And maybe if I applied it a bit lighter, it wouldn't happen. But yeah, it definitely looks makeup-y around here. So anyway, I will do some check-ins. We will see how it wears. I can tell actually that it's settling a bit in my lines, even though I put so little on my forehead. So anyway, I will see you in a few hours and we will see what has happened to it. Okay, my lovelies, I am losing light the other side of the house where I film, so I had to come in here. It's been 6 hours, so it's 4 p.m. now. No, it's been more. What time is it? It's almost 5 o'clock, so it's been almost 7 hours. I was busy working, so I didn't check in between. Oh, the sun is just shining, so maybe this is quite good actually. Hold on. Oh, that is too much. Now it's too sunny. Let me go to the other side and stand by. Oh, hang on, the sun is going in. Honestly, the weather's been awful. It's sunny, then it's raining. Okay, let me actually get a mirror because now I can't see myself and I haven't looked at this foundation. I was so busy all day. Okay, if I stand here. So, can you see how shiny I've gone? You can see probably shadows from the window, but look how shiny I am on my forehead and near my nose as well. So it definitely hasn't kept me matte, but I don't mind it. It just looks quite glowy. You can see some of a bit of my nose where I had my glasses on. Okay, I've come back to sit here because now the sun's come out. It's a bit brighter here. Let me set myself up here quickly before it goes dark again and we look at it really close up. Okay, so the weather never cooperates and always when I do makeup videos. Okay, let me zoom you in. So, like I said, I've gone shiny, but I wouldn't say that the makeup separated or worn off, apart from here on my nose a bit, because that's where I was wearing my glasses. But here's my forehead. And actually now the forehead looks better because the oils come through and I don't have that those dry bits in my lines. So to be honest, when it comes to staying power, I feel like this foundation is really good. Again, it looks a bit makeup-y here, but all in all, especially from like arm length distance, it looks really nice. I just think I need different color. Well, this color will be fine in the summer, but for the winter I would need much lighter color. So I don't think this foundation is very matte. It hasn't kept me completely matte, but also didn't make me very oily. Some foundations make me much more oily than this. So overall, I don't think this foundation is terrible. It's pretty nice. It's just the color. I think if I ordered lighter color, I'd like it more. Color, is everything. If you get the wrong shade of foundation, doesn't matter how good the foundation is, it's not going to look right. But in the summer, when I'm more tanned, it will look fine. And also I can mix it with some lighter foundation, so I will be using it. But I don't think it's exciting enough to justify the price. It's £52. That is a lot of money for foundation to me. I have foundations that are cheaper than this and do better job, so I probably wouldn't repurchase this one. I will use it, I will enjoy it, I can mix it with lighter foundations, but I don't know if I would repurchase it purely because of the price. It would have to really wow me to spend again that amount of money on a foundation. But if you love the Forever line from Dior, you won't regret buying this foundation. It's really nice. So let me know if you've tried it or are you going to try it. But that's all from me for today. Thank you so much for watching and stay fabulous. Bye.